This, of course, has been an ongoing battle around the country and especially here in Michigan. Tonight, after months of litigation, we break down how we got here. In May, a leaked draft opinion indicated the U.S. Supreme Court would overturn Roe v. Wade, a landmark decision legalizing abortion. As a result, Planned Parenthood filed a lawsuit against Michigan's 1931 law that criminalizes abortion. A judge granted a preliminary injunction, temporarily blocking enforcement of the law. Governor Gretchen Whitmer filing a motion herself, urging the court to take up her lawsuit to protect abortion in Michigan. In June, the Supreme Court officially overturned Roe v. Wade, sparking protests across the country and state. Michigan's Republican-led legislature filed a request for appeal in the Court of Claims decision to place a temporary injunction on the state's 1931 abortion ban. Kent County prosecutor Chris Becker, one of the people challenging that injunction. In August, a new ruling from the Michigan Court of Appeals stated prosecutors could begin enforcing the 1931 law. The court saying the preliminary injunction did not apply to county prosecutors because they are considered part of local government, and the preliminary injunction applies to state officials. But just a few days later, an Oakland County judge granted the preliminary injunction, once again barring county prosecutors from enforcing the ban on the ground that they were under the Attorney General. A Reproductive Freedom for All campaign was created to collect as many signatures as possible to let voters decide whether to keep abortion access in Michigan legal. More than 425,000 signatures were needed to put the issue of abortion on the November ballot. More than 753,000 were submitted. Just last week, the Board of State Canvassers vote was deadlocked along party lines. Thursday, in a 5-2 decision, the High Court directed the board to certify the citizen-led petition, one day before the deadline to certify the ballot. Again, the Board of Canvassers will meet once again to certify the petition tomorrow at 10 a.m. But they're not only voting on the abortion proposal. Also today, the Supreme Court ordering the Board of Canvassers to certify the Promote the Vote initiative. This one would expand voting rights in the state, adding things like earlier voting and raising the number of ballot drop boxes statewide. Like with the Reproductive Freedom for All initiative, the State Board of Canvassers is expected to certify Promote the Vote tomorrow. If they agree, the proposals will be on the ballot in the November election.